Hello everybody, my name is Alia Freeman and I am your creative director for the Skin I'm In series. I'm so excited for this series because God has been sending me some amazing people that have such great stories, and I definitely look forward to their transformation. Their stories have made such great impact on my life, so I know that it can bring such a great impact on yours. It is my focus to bring forth total transformation to every single person that becomes a part of this production. And one thing that I want you to know is that this series is particularly focused on making sure that these women, men, and children are able to embrace who they are. And it's something about when we know who we are, we can fully embrace that on the outside. So look at these transformation videos as a way of how you can take in a part of their story and it can help bring a greater change for your life. So I pray that this video bless you as much as it has blessed me with just creating and partnering with other vendors to make sure that this production is successful. But definitely leave us comments below and let us know how this video made a great impact for your life. Also, if you would like to partner with me or if you would like to connect with any type of transformation for beauty services, feel free to definitely contact me and book a session with me today.
I'm Natacha Rock. I'm 43 years old, and I'm a child of God, a mom of two.
Make all things beautiful, beautiful for me. You make all things beautiful, beautiful for me.
So back in 2018, I found out I found a tumor. I was taking off. I'm a runner, and I was taking off my clothes, and I found a tumor underneath my breast. So went and got that checked out, and found out that it was cancer. But it was stage 1 cancer. I was able to get a surgery called the lumpectomy, where they went in there and they took out the cancer cell, and then I had to get radiation for 42 days straight. Then I was cancer free for 4 years, and since I'm a runner, I run all the time, and my hip started hurting. So we thought it was like a stretched, pulled muscle. So my doctor gave me medicine for that. Then got an X-ray, and it looked like arthritis was in my hip, so gave me medicine for that. Kept going back telling the doctor all this medicine she's giving me is not working. So she finally gave me an MRI, and an MRI, it looked like cancer in my hip. So they scheduled me for a PET scan, and doing a PET scan, that's when they realized that it was the breast cancer came back, but it not only came back in my hip, it was in my lymph nodes on my left side, it was in my throat. So I had about 10 spots. They did a biopsy on the biggest one, which was in my hips, and it looked just like the breast cancer that I had 4 years ago. Even though it didn't come back in my breast, it came back in my hip. And my doctor said they would have never found it because all my blood markers were good, all my tests come back good. Only reason why they found it is because I had that hip in my pain. And for me, since I'm a runner, it was stopping me from doing something that I love, so I had to get it checked out. Is waking up with plenty of rest, not being tired. Right now I have what they call neuropathy, and it's tingling and numbness in my fingertips and my feet. So my doctor just started me on a new medicine, which is working, thank God. And I don't feel the pins and needles in my fingers and toes so much. So getting up, like this morning was a good day. Waking up, I was pretty rested because I fell asleep early last night, and I just was knocked out for a long time. I'm a teacher, so getting up, going to work. I didn't stop working because I knew that I needed something to just keep me going every day. I'm not the kind of person that can sit still too much. So going to work, I love the fall. It was so cool.
What's a bad day for you? Like, ooh,
That's a good one. A bad day for me is waking up and feeling that hip pain. They have me on a pain medicine, but it doesn't always work. I have breakthrough pain, was what they call it, and they gave me like other medicines for breakthrough pain. So waking up in pain is like a bad day.
explain the pain.
It's like so on my left hip bone. That was where the biggest tumors were, in my hip bones and in my pelvis. So sometimes it can feel like a dull pain, and I can feel it even. Sometimes I can feel it even if I'm sleeping and if I'm not on it. Like even if I'm not laying on it, so I lay on the opposite side, I can still feel that pain. So waking up like that, and then sometimes I wake up and I have this heaviness on me, like my legs don't feel like moving. It's felt like something's holding me down. It feels like that. I had to go back and thank God that I come from a Christian family. My mom and dad, they have put a foundation in me since I was a little girl, going to church and praying. My family is a praying family. I mean, everything we do, we pray about it. It gives me the strength to carry on every day, even when it's hard. And then being a soldier, we learn, resiliency in the Army. And combining that with my natural resiliency is in God's strength. A lot of times at work, this one lady at work, she's like, how are you here? And I was like, all I can say is God, because He gives me the strength to get up and come to work.
Cause it's so crazy. It's so hard to tell somebody like, hey, I have what they consider stage 4 cancer, and when you should see people's faces when you tell them that kind of thing, and it is hard, but it's like I'm gonna be okay, and they want to be like, oh my gosh, and it's so devastating. But then I'm like, oh, it's okay, I'm doing fine, So yeah, it is kind of hard to tell people. And my mom, she's such an encourager, and I have to remind her, like, Mom, this is what I'm going through. I believe and I have faith that this is all gonna be over one day, but I'm going through it right now. That's what I have. So what I hope we get from all this is, I feel like I need to be an advocate. I need to be a voice for those that don't know. I found out through this journey that I have a gene. It's called BRCA1. And if I would have found out before all this happened that I could have taken preventive measures before having cancer, it's something that they don't do unless you have a family history of cancer. I don't have a family history of cancer. I'm like the first person in my family to have breast cancer, but I had the gene for it. My biological mom died at 49, so I would have never known. She didn't have cancer. She died of a heart attack.
My son was like, Mom, we don't care.
Mama, you walk around the house. You're here. You're here with us.
Like,
you walk around the house.
Yeah, I was like, does it make you uncomfortable with me having, walking around with no hair or anything like that? And they're like, what are you talking about,
Mama, why you worried about our comfort?
So I don't want them to, so it's just like, just to see that, it's just like, this is who I am now. Like I said, it was my biggest fear.
Why are you worried about our comfort, Mama?
Right. And I was like, oh, I don't know. Because I don't know what they're going through, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but they're fine. They just adjust. My son was like, and it makes me, I was like, okay, well, then I'll just continue to walk around.
Right, they're adjusting, and it's probably initially they were.
My name is Natacha Rock, and this is me embracing the skin that I'm in.
You make all things beautiful, beautiful.